Every new day, we get a chance to set the record straight, a clean slate, the opportunity to choose greatness and to stop making excuses. Motivation is cheap, discipline is difficult, but discipline gets results. Your mindset matters. My name is Myles Biggs, and this is Relish the Journey. Consistency breeds authority. I'm going to say that again. Consistency breeds authority. I did a live stream recently with Dave Cooper. We've been doing it on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern over on LinkedIn, so check us out there. And in those conversations, we talk about personal branding and corporate branding, basically building any kind of brand. And people always have that question: how do I do it? How do I get started? What do I do? What's the mix? I mean, all these different things, which all of the questions people ever ask me can be Googled. And so this is going to sound really arrogant, but people Google it. You can teach yourself, right? I get that you want to hear your own thoughts spoken back to you for that confirmation. But like I said on other episodes here, that you can be your own validation. Don't wait for somebody like me to tell you what to do. Trust your gut, go out and do it. Learn it on YouTube and just start. You're going to be terrible at it at first, but that's what you have to do. So step that off my soapbox and get back to the topic. But when it comes to building a brand, it's all about consistency. Think about it. Think about your personal brand. You might not even think about it as a personal brand at all, but think about you, how people view you and think of you. It's what you do consistently, right? Are you the person that's always late or always early? Are you the person that remembers birthdays and holidays with gifts and cards? Are you the person that consistently calls people just to check in and say hi, right? You become known for what you do over and over and over again in all areas of our lives. And that's branding. You might not think about it that way, but if you're known as the person who does X, that's part of your brand. And so as you want to build a personal brand, you're going to be known as the person who does X, Y, and Z. And how those letters get defined is partially by how often you do it. If you want to be a podcaster, but you only release one podcast every 3 months, you're not really going to become known as an authority in podcasting because there's so many people out there doing that exact same thing at a much higher frequency. Even me, I do 2 episodes a week on Relish the Journey. I've been doing a variation of between 1 and 5 episodes a week for my marketing agency's podcast, Integrate and Conquer. And it's really about finding the mix for your brand, but you don't know what that is until you experiment and you do it. You could do 1 a week, 2 a week, 3 a week, 1 a day, 3 a day, right? But consistency is what builds authority. People look to authorities for answers, and they want to feel comfortable that they can trust this person to show up consistently over and over again. They become the go-to resource for something. You don't become a go-to resource for anything if you're not there. I'll say that again. You don't become a go-to resource for anything if you're not there at that predetermined time when someone is expecting you. It's all about consistency. So as you're listening to this, whatever it is you're looking to build, it could be a personal relationship, it could be a business, you need to show up consistently. You need to make the phone calls every day. You need to do a sales meeting every week. If you're the boss, you need to make phone calls to a client every single day. You need to post your content multiple times a day across multiple channels. That's how you'll become the authority in your business or in your personal areas, by being consistent. So the challenge this week is to identify one area in your life that you are already consistent in, and then look at it in a different way and ask others if they see that. Like, you might think you're consistent, but again, when we bounce ideas off others, they might point out a time to you when you weren't consistent. And that's an important gap to recognize and to avoid in the future so that you can continue to hold on to your authority. Because just because you have it once doesn't mean you'll have it forever. And then think about an area in your life where you wish you were more consistent and you wish you were an authority. Then again, bounce that idea off your circle of influence, your peers, see if they agree or don't agree, and then put a plan together for how you can be consistent. Start small. Start with a 1% fluctuation. Don't try to go to 100. That's not sustainable. Take little bites. How can you be 1% better or more consistent in that area each day and have that compound? 1% better each day gets you to 365% better at the end of the year. It's math, and numbers don't lie. So focus on your 1%. Find an area that you can be more consistent, and then just do it. Start taking the steps. Do it scared, but just do it. That's all I have for you for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like the show. Please subscribe to the show. Leave us a review and help us spread our message by sharing this podcast with those that you love and care about, who you know could also benefit from this message. Thank you so much for listening. And until next time, everyone, cheers.